See, that's what I'm saying.
You're a funny man.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel that. You talking crazy with my wife's name in your mouth, man. I get that. What's going on? It's your boy Syntell with Intel, and you can already see Rekkai is in the building. What's going on, champion?
Oh, governor.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Game of Thrones Season 1, Episode 3. The North remembers. This is actually called Lord Snow. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Make sure you stay to the very end because you already, did you just pull out the old man spectacles? Listen, make sure you stay to the very end so that we can address Rekkai's old man spectacles because I got them too. I got them too. We'll talk about the things we've enjoyed and some of the things we may be scratching our heads about. So without any further ado, let's get started. What is up, HBO?
It's a thing of the past. Now it's all Max.
Bunch of country bumpkins heading to the big city.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because John went off to the wall.
Yep.
Get the girls settled in. I'll be back in time for supper.
You ain't even touched down good. You already a clock in.
If you'd like to change into something more appropriate.
Hillbilly. That's what he really said. Yeah. He's like, us city folks at least clean up. You smell like horse.
No, he looked at him like, you see me taking these gloves off? Don't make me backhand you with these gloves. I will slap your face.
I will unveil these hands.
You know who I am? I'm the hand of the king.
Look at Jaime sitting at the foot of the throne?
Yeah.
What? That's a little...
King Slayer.
It seems a little disrespectful, a little teeny bit.
About time we had some stern northern leadership.
He always got a smart damn face.
What's the line? The king shits and the hand wipes.
Wow.
Very handsome armor. Not a scratch on it.
I know. For years, they always seem to miss.
Oh, wait a
Choosing
minute.
your opponents wisely then.
Oh.
He said, don't bark up this tree. You don't want this action.
It was very brave, your brother. And your father, too.
Uh-oh.
No, Lord Stark. 500 men, and this room was silent as a crypt.
Damn.
Except for the screams, of course.
Oh.
The Mad King laughed.
Just keep
And later,
on being sharp in the face.
remembered him laughing as your father burned. It felt like justice.
That you were avenging my father when you shoved your sword in Daenerys Targaryen's back. You served him well. When serving was safe.
Dang, Child of Summer. Huh.
Yeah, that was a nice little backstory.
We are all praying for Prince Joffrey's full recovery.
Shame you didn't say a prayer for the butcher's son.
Dang.
Renly. You looking well?
Yeah, man. Yo, Eddard bringing heat.
Yeah.
But we have a kingdom to look after.
First day of the job.
Since I've shown up from the country, I want everyone to hate me.
That I chose, my lord. It was Catelyn Tully, a woman worth fighting for. I'm sure you'll agree.
Oh.
Then he gonna tell him I chose your wife.
Wow.
Bruh.
How many years has it been? You were a young man.
And you served another king.
How much more disrespect can we throw out here? Let's
I
see.
mean, it's just like people talking crazy.
This belongs to you now.
Yeah, Eddard do look like he
Pull
need a
that
good
from?
washing though.
Yeah, where did he pull that from?
But I fear His Grace doesn't always listen.
Counting coppers, he calls it.
They're letting you know, man, like, listen, man, your boss, he may not listen to you.
Our plans.
There will be no plans until I speak to Robert.
Until he speaks to Robert, you heard him.
You are the king's hand, Lord Stark. We serve at your pleasure.
That's the first bit of respect we've heard since he showed up.
Yeah, but it almost seemed like a backhanded kind of
A king should have scars. You fought off a direwolf. You're a warrior.
these people, I swear.
I didn't fight off anything. It bit me, and all I did was scream. And the two Stark...
A little bit.
Someday, you'll sit on the throne and the truth will be what you make it.
Do I have to marry her?
And that's a bar right there.
It is.
The truth will be what you make it.
When you're powerful, that's oftentimes how it goes down.
See her on formal occasions.
But that's what I
and when
said,
the
you
time
know.
comes to make little princes and princesses.
History is told by the victors.
Trained by experienced soldiers
Dude.
instead of a mob of peasants who've never held pikes in their lives.
Oh, you young man.
Damn, 12-year-old.
Seize
crazy.
Winterfell and install someone loyal to the realm as Warden of the North.
Winterfell old.
Not by an outsider, it's too big and too wild. And when the winter comes, the seven gods together couldn't save you and your royal army.
Seven guys together.
And when to destroy his enemies.
Bars.
Shut his damn mouth. Look, she knows.
Starks aren't enemies.
Everyone who isn't us is an enemy.
Damn. Woo.
That right there. That part.
There's something to that though.
War was easier than daughters.
You know the first thing about sword fighting?
Sticking with the pointy end.
That part.
And that's to call the prince a liar.
So was I. He is a liar.
Sansa will be married to Joffrey someday.
Now, your battles.
She must take his side, even when he's wrong.
But how can you let her marry someone like that?
There's a question for you.
But I won't lie to you either. We've come to a dangerous place. We cannot fight a war amongst ourselves. Go on.
At least he kept it a buck with her. He kept it real. Like, yo, we in danger.
But it seemed like Jon and her are built of something different.
Don't listen to it. Crows are all liars.
Crows you didn't talk to.
Your story. I know a story about a boy who hated story. Oh, my sweet summer child. What do you know about fear?
Funny how they foreshadow stuff.
That is the time for fear, my little lord, when the White Walkers move through the woods.
You paying attention now?
Big as hounds.
Damn.
She's in there telling a story like them her cousins or
What the
something.
little lord wants to hear.
Get your supper. I want some time with him.
Jacking that little boy's spirit up.
Yeah. That little boy gonna start sleeping with a dagger under his pillow.
Don't let the old age fool you. I'll haunt you.
1,000 times. You never fall.
I did, though.
Did you? Did you though?
Don't ever say that.
I'd rather be dead.
Challenge you. Don't ever say that. I'm gonna say it again right now.
Yeah.
Everybody should know who Playboy is though. How you braid up your beard like that though?
I mean, for real. That's a different kind of gangster.
Cats. Go on.
Oh,
My man got two. One on each side.
just in there, just bucket naked, just
You take me for some back alley Sally. You can drag into a
Back alley Sally.
back alley.
Oh, wait a minute.
Sally.
He was like, wait a minute.
Look,
Nobody
she's
called
like,
you.
oh, I thought we being summoned. It's pot of time.
A dear friend told me.
Lady Stark.
Lord Varys.
Varys came in like he walking through Paisley Parks, boy.
I knew this girl named Nikki.
Did you bring the dagger with you by any chance?
Oh, yeah, we know
My
a
little
lot.
birds are everywhere.
Everywhere.
To whom?
Tyrion Lannister. The imp.
Oh.
Plot twist.
Plot twist.
Pip, do you think Ned Stark's bastard bleeds like the rest of us?
Damn, boy, the way they be saying bastard, boy. Golly.
No, they put that extra on it. Look.
What?
He said, you better pause yourself, little dude.
But check my resume. I'm nice with this.
Yeah. Yeah. He said, you know how long I've been called a bastard? I beat all y'all's asses.
Get some. Who else wants some? Who else wants some Hollywood Coke?
Yeah.
Into Men of the Night's Watch.
I hear that.
And how's that going, Commander Mormont?
Commander Mormont.
That dude look grizzled, don't he?
Perhaps you'd like to share it with your wife.
My wife is in Winterfell.
Is she?
Okay. Is she?
The way he be, I be like, listen, man, you be talking real slick with my wife's name in your mouth, man.
Nah, but the thing is, he let Catelyn come there in secret.
See, that's what I'm saying.
You're a funny man.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel that. Like,
Ned.
you talking crazy with my wife's name in your mouth, man. I get that.
Yeah. He was so close to some of that Will Smith action. Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
A nose busted.
Everybody like, is this a play? Is this for real? Look at it. Look at him.
Like, you want seconds, bro? Really?
What you looking at, Halfman?
I'm looking at you. Very distinctive faces. All of you.
And what do you care about our faces?
Perhaps I'll write to my sister, the Queen, about it.
Well, look, if you ain't jumped me, you would have gotten these hands. So watch how you talk to me too.
Then I got them hands with weapons.
I don't imagine any of them have ever held a real sword before they came here.
So you embarrassed him.
He's woken up.
The mere suggestion that the Queen's brother...
He looked at Tyrion a lot different. Yeah, the little man got some wisdom on him.
That he does.
He's like a little brother to me, Ned. He would never betray my trust.
I'll try to keep you alive for her sake.
And right there, Littlefinger's soul died. Little brother.
You're a true friend.
Don't tell anyone.
Is it?
What's that old saying? She's the one she tells you not to worry about. He's the one.
I'll go to war with them if I have to. They can write a ballad about us. The war for Cersei's cut.
Wow. Dang. The way he said it.
None of them until you and I are the only people left in this world.
Ugh, your sister.
Hold on. It's his twin sister, though. Like, at what point do you start looking at your people like, you looking good over there?
My temper? Gods be good. You nearly killed poor Littlefinger yesterday.
I mean, he had it coming.
Yeah, he's talking grimy.
Yeah.
And she gave him that look like, trust me. I know he still got feelings, but I got this. It's all good.
Yeah. She said, you heard me friend zone him his ass. He's like a little brother to me.
A little brother.
Little. Not just regular brother. Little brother.
My damn Eddard done walked into a hornet's nest. And this dude, he's so oblivious.
Right before I brought it down, he shouted, "Wait! Wait!"
Wait. Ain't no way, Playboy.
They never tell you how they all shit themselves. They don't put that part in the song.
Don't?
Stupid boy.
How old is his security,
Now
man?
the Tarleys bend the knee like...
Yeah, but it's different though. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a certain maturity. They got experience.
Would be making him miserable. His sons would be in.
Sometimes some of these older people are way more on it than young people. Don't be paying attention to shit.
My man said, why?
Gods, what a stupid name. Syntell Lannister.
Look at this dude though.
It's empty, Your Grace.
What do you mean it's empty?
You got one job, my guy.
Is that what empty means?
One job.
You got one job, man.
Get more.
That's crazy. You got one job.
Your cousin to get in here.
I know.
Kingslayer, get in here.
When they say Kingslayer, they say it as a slight, right? It ain't like the cool thing. Like,
it's almost the same as when they say bastard.
Yeah,
you know, when they talk about Jon Snow, it's the same.
Every time I close my eyes, I see their blonde hair and their smug, satisfied faces. You're outlaw. Any last words?
I cut his head off, so no.
Damn.
About Aerys Targaryen. What did the Mad King say when you stabbed him in the back?
Dang, they be mad disrespectful to this dude.
He said the same thing he'd been saying for hours. Burn them all.
If
that's all, Your Grace.
He was sitting there for hours. Burned them all.
Hushed them up real quick. I thought that was a whole field full of ganja at first. I was about to be like, what magical place
I
is
know.
this?
I know. And if you should just so happen to set it on fire, it will have some effects.
I was about to be like, the horse lords
be
know
hungry.
what's up, boy.
Yeah. You'd be hungry, happy, sleepy. That's all.
Hey, look. She riding that horse with a little bit more confidence now, look.
Pay tribute or fight. An easy choice for most.
See, that's some Genghis Khan type stuff.
Yeah.
I need the practice.
I bet the Dothraki are modeled after the
Mongols.
The Mongols.
For how long?
Until I command them otherwise.
She feeling herself. She's
A khaleesi.
Oh, get it right. Look, she got a little bit more swagger in her step. Look.
Yeah. She told him, yeah, put some respect on my name.
Hey, man, you know, some good draws. Change your man up. be a lot more lenient. Let you do a lot more. But like, the horde is yours, khaleesi.
Yes. She done broke him off proper.
Yeah.
Command to me. To me. You do not command.
Whoa.
I can't
easy
stand
now.
his
That's the
punk
queen.
ass.
Easy, that's the queen.
Drakara say you should take ear to teach respect.
Please don't hurt him.
He looking at her like.
You do know who Viserys' little punk ass is, right? He was the son from the family of blood in Doctor Who.
Get out of here. Wow, there's a callback. Okay.
That's his punk ass.
Nah, bruh.
Said, boy, stop.
You are not where you think you are, my guy.
Your king!
Not here, man.
You ain't shit.
Look, he didn't even give him eye contact, man. He was like, man, we out, cause
he like this dude.
Yo, you put your hands on the queen, man. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yo, and dude came up quick too.
You walk.
Oh.
That dude, the Dothraki dude. He was in a series I loved about another very Sherlock type dude, called Scorpion.
Oh yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
He was a genius named Walter. He was very much like he was kind of like Sherlock, and he solved crimes and stuff with a little team of other geniuses. Scorpion is pretty dope. It was on for like 5 seasons.
Huh.
Scorpion also had Robert Patrick, so he like the Terminator.
I'm familiar with him.
Crazy how big this damn wall is. Like, like a lot of times you see these marvels. Like when I saw the Great Pyramid at Giza, I couldn't stop thinking about how the hell did they make this? Because it defies all logic, and that's why it makes it easy for people to think us aliens. But I think it discounts how smart
the people
actually are.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it can't be done just because you can't figure it out.
That part.
But this world is dealing with magic and dragons and shit, so that's something different.
I can't imagine just living in that. That's just nuts.
Oh, it's binging.
Unk. He's like, yo, you bring the dominoes?
What kind of reports? Kind I don't want to believe. I'm ready. I won't let you down.
Man, it's your first week. Yeah, man.
You're no ranger, Jon. But I'm better than every other. Better than no one.
Yeah, you need to get off your high horse, my boy.
We'll speak when I return.
They never said what Benjen did to get sentenced to the wall, did they? Because he's a Stark, right? So that's not like one of those things that somebody highborn would choose, right? I mean, when we see Jon choosing
it, but to be fair, Jon chose it, and there's always been a Stark on the wall. There's always been a Stark on the wall. So,
what about you, my lord? What's the strangest thing you've eaten?
Do Dornish girls count?
Some of them's high-born lads looking for glory.
They have a better chance finding feed than glory.
You've never been north of the wall, so don't tell me what's out there.
That part.
Yeah. Don't speak on shit you don't understand, you don't know about.
What Tresh said from Naughty by Nature, if you ain't ever been to the ghetto,
don't
ever come to the ghetto, because you wouldn't understand the ghetto. So stay the F up out the ghetto. Don't talk to me about what you don't know about. Look, you plump little lord.
Starting to like me. Going below.
But Tyrion's the kind that show up in the ghetto and bringing his first Jamba Juice. Gentrification much?
I travel a bit on the grubby side, my lord.
Not this time. We'll be staying at the finest castles and inns.
She better say yes. That's crazy here.
Said.
Ath Jahakar. Ath Jahakar. Yes, khaleesi.
Language is so interesting.
What do you do?
You know, there's like college courses
When was
and
last time you bleed, khaleesi?
Babel and stuff like that. You can learn to speak Dothraki if you want to. Learn to speak Klingon.
Hasava vesufun.
She just out here fondling her breast.
Told her she got one on the way. That's what she's saying.
But a man in full plate, sorry, Tawako. The Arak won't get through the steel.
That's a big ass sword.
It is true. She does not bleed for 2 moons. Her belly starts to swell.
2 moons?
She does not want to eat horse.
I'll have the boys butcher a goat for supper.
That must be his lady, because the way she be looking at him. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Don't stand so still. It's harder to hit a moving target.
Look at him teaching. Yeah. It's coaching now. Okay.
Like you said, that boy right there in jail because he stole a wheel of cheese. Can you imagine you done gone to the wall for cheese? Bruh.
He swore it right up to the moment Ned Stark chopped his head off. We need help. When winter does come, gods help us all if we're not ready.
Aquaman.
Man, easiest gig ever. Man, just gotta sit there.
Right?
Lay with a beautiful woman and be pretty.
Yeah.
Never walk again. If you're going to be a cripple, it's better to be a rich cripple. Take care, Snow. Farewell, my lord.
I'd be like, wait, were you just pissing with that? You ain't got a wet nap or
nah.
You didn't wash your hands or nothing.
Who are you?
Your dancing master, Syrio Forel.
Syrio Forel.
Tomorrow you will.
Syrio Forel.
It's too heavy.
It is heavy as it needs to be to make you strong. You are skinny. That is good. The target is smaller.
It's real talk right there.
I'm a girl.
Boy, girl, you are a sword. That is all.
He said it don't even matter. He said her dancing master.
The water dance.
Okay.
It is swift.
All right, Demon Hunter.
And sudden.
Yeah. I say, you know, water breathing technique.
If you pierce them, the water leaks out and they die.
All right, Syrio.
Try again, boy.
Oh, she caught it that time.
Look at Ned just standing there, beaming, proud Proud Papa.
Oh, but that PTSD kicking in. Look.
It tends to do that.
Woo. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Syntell. Become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix, HBO Max, or Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a little time with a small reference video at the bottom of the screen to help you sync up the footage. And it'll be like you're watching it with your favorite pals from the internet. That sounds like foreshadowing to me. All right. So listen, for those that is first time watching with us, we're going to just chop it up regarding what we've seen up to this episode. And then at the very end of our review, we'll spend 5 minutes going over spoilers, but don't worry, we'll give you plenty of time for you to step away. Hey, this is episode 3. This one is called Lord Snow. Some interesting things kind of like going on in here. The Beverly Hillbillies have arrived to the big old city. And we get there and Ed is like, he's got to get a chance to know he's the new boss, right? He's the new boss. Everybody else, the old boss died for maybe a mysterious reason. And, you got some people that may not have earned your respect just yet. And, he's got to sit there and shake things out. And as a result of that, he's finding things out. He's finding out that the crown is broke. His king don't listen. And then to make things even more interesting, his wife show up and it's just like, listen, it's really bad. Bran kind of woke up, but there might be some shadiness going on down here. You got the Lord of Coin and the Lord of Whispers. You pretty much got the the CIA and the IRS looking at him like, we got to sort some things out now that you're here. How are you feeling about episode 3?
I don't know. I think that's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the CIA, but the Lord of Coin, he can't be the IRS because he run all the whole houses too. So he's a little bit different. He's out here on his, he's the IRS and, Hugh Hefner at the same time. So, I don't know. I liked this episode because as much as it was about Ned kind of finding his way in this new place that he's at, in a position so even though he's like the second highest rated person, he's basically the vice president.
Yeah.
Does he really have any power? Because you would think, and it just makes me think about how, like, in our current situation, people talk about things and stuff like, do they really have any power? Because it showed everybody came with the disrespect, came with it in loads. And you would think to be the second most powerful person, people wash their tongues. And it's not, I'm not saying they got to, kiss your butt, but, they talking real spicy. And it's like, wait a minute. Yeah. Like, oh, you about to see another side of me. Let me show you how these country boys do it. Let's show you how we do it down in the country. Yeah. The North remembers, mother. Yeah. So I don't know. It's real. It's real weird. And then, then you move from Ned to, I like what's happening with Jon at the wall, because really Jon needed this lesson, and Tyrion had to teach him, you got to check yourself. Benjen had to teach him, listen, what do you mean you better than where you were before? All that before, that doesn't matter. You're on the wall now. You are nobody. You get what you earn up here. Like, we not doing that. He was ready. The funny thing about him, Benjen is the first ranger, which basically means he's the head of the Wall's Navy SEALs or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
He's the top guy. So Jon has been there 19 seconds. He's like, I'm going with you. Like, he done already That's my uncle. I'm going with I learned up under him and some other people. I'm going with Navy SEALs. Boy, you ain't learned anything yet. You don't know how things work here. You can't just go because you want to go because you know me. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it was interesting. They said everyone else knew what the wall was like. He has been vying to get to the wall all this time, and nobody told him what it was.
Yeah.
The only person who told him what it was Tyrion, and that's saying something.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was kind of interesting too. Like, I think it's kind of safe to assume that at this point in the story, Tyrion has some wisdom about him, right? And even though he does a good job of sidestepping the obvious that he's the half man by adding humor and wit, right? But even still, somebody of his wealth, somebody of his wisdom, somebody who has, from what we're seeing, the ability to see the big picture, is missing the big thing, and that is what's going on the other side of the wall. And for this character to be like, that's just fairy tales and ghost stories or whatever it is very telling to how dire the situation at the wall may be, and why it's so largely ignored. We see him pretty much begging Tyrion, being like, listen, your sister got the king's ear, and we don't have enough people to man all of these castles. I don't think this is a spoiler. But the wall pretty much runs like the length of Westeros on the north. And there's castles.
Yeah, north to the south.
Right. And there's castles every, I don't know, a few hundred miles or whatever it is that they have these posts. And the people in the people in the black, have to like make sure all of this stuff is kept up, or whatever it is that's out there could get in. And I just think that it's a hint of like, hey, we need to be paying attention to what's going on. There's a really big problem, and for Tyrion to be the person that kind of doesn't believe it, I think it's just kind of just telling. I know when we get into our spoiler section, we'll maybe discuss maybe a little bit more in depth onto that. But as to where we are right now, you got the smartest guy in the kingdom who doesn't believe, but has to try and convince his sister, who's off doing her own business, that we need to protect this. This is important. My other small little thing is to speak of Tyrion's sister. She gave a bar to her son. Whether you love her or hate her, disagree or whatever, that bar was, if they are not us, they are not this family, then they are our enemy. I think that's a pretty interesting way to kind of like set the tone of how the Lannisters operate, and that kind of bleeds over to her brother Jaime as well, when he gets confronted seemingly consistently about killing the king. I don't know if they haven't really explained the why behind it, but we do know that he killed the king. He's called a Kingslayer, and even though apparently this dude can, allegedly from where we are now, can fight, people still slight him. Maybe not like you a piece of ish, but you can hear the slight and the disdain, especially coming from other people. That's my last little piece. Anything else you want to add before we kind of like maybe before we start addressing the chat a little bit and then start jumping into spoilers?
The only thing I was going to say was I was going to quickly address what you said about Tyrion.
Okay.
And him not believing what's on the other side of the wall, and that's understandable. For someone who was born with a disability, or in this time and age, what they called a deformity. Mm-hmm. He was a half man. Why believe the tales of the boogeyman and everything else is out there when all of the real monsters to him have been able-bodied people, been regular damn people? No, y'all people walking around at whatever regular height or whatever, you're the real monsters to me, and you've always been the real monsters to me. And that's within his family and everyone else treating him a certain way. his wit and his him diffusing situations with humor and things like that, being clever, being smart, because knowledge has its own certain power.
Mm-hmm.
He can't swing a sword like his brother. He's not imposing like his father. He's not conniving as all hell and treacherous like his sister. So he had to find his own way to wield his own power, and that's how he does it. So if these are the stories that scare regular men,
mm-hmm.
I ain't scared of that. I ain't seen none of that.
Yeah.
So that doesn't scare me. What I have seen is y'all, and I've figured out my own way to deal with y'all because y'all don't scare me. So right now, he's, at least in that regard, he's walking around. He don't have any fear. Is that so?
Yeah.
And I think most of us operate that way. Why fear something I don't know nothing about?
That's a very good point. Very, very good point. Hey, in case you were wondering, occasionally, we'll address some people in the chat, and those people in the chat are Patreon members. One of the great things about being a Patreon member is that you get access to a special part of the Discord where you get to sit and participate and watch us react to your favorite shows, and we will respond to some of your questions and some of your snarks and some of the funny things, and that's what we're about to do right here. Thank you all, Patreon members. You have no idea. You all keep the lights on. Love said, little boy was murdered because of Sansa. Sansa needs the biggest reality check. Yeah, I think there's a really cool and big understanding that we've seen. There's very much a difference between Sansa and Arya. Sansa is very girly right now, and she has a huge responsibility to be the future Queen of the King, and she's just young, making young girl decisions, and Arya is a little bit more of a tomboy who is not feeling the whole princely, princess, royalty kind of thing. She kind of like wants to do her own thing. Lolita said, I think they should have a show about this old lady and her stories. Yeah, I think her name is Nan or something like that. The old lady that was telling the story of the White Walkers across the wall to young Bran, who's currently laid up in the bed. Geez, could you imagine a winter that lasted decades? That was from Ariel. And Silverhorse responded with, it's called Wisconsin. Lou said, I'm going to have to edit out a lot of these scenes because there's a lot of TNA. You are not lying, but I'm sure our editor won't have a problem with it. Silverhorse said, bro, you talking genocide so you can get all up in the... Yeah, that brother-sister thing is for real. That's in terms of Jaime and his sister Cersei. Lolita said, whenever I see Black Crow's fur, I think of IKEA now. That's just random. Love said Tyrion is so unserious. Yes, I mean, but as you said, Newt, it's a defensive thing that he does. It's a way of kind of deflecting from the obvious. It's smart in a lot of ways. Sherelle said her life would be totally different if she were born biologically male, and that's in term to Arya and her newfound love of needle and water dancing or whatever kind of dancing. Anything you want to close out with before we jump into the spoiler section? Huh?
No, I mean, you handled a lot of that in the questions and what was said in there, and I just think the one thing I don't think we really talked about, and I really didn't want to talk when she was talking. So the I don't know who she is, the old lady, the maid or whatever that was talking to Bran and telling him the stories of the White Walkers, like scaring the hell out of him
or something like man or something like that. Yeah.
And so here's what I picked up on.
Okay.
Real quick. The first story, she said his favorite story was the story of Duncan the Tall.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong, that is going to be the new spinoff that's coming. The Hedge Knight.
Yes.
Is the story of Duncan the Tall and his squire Egg, who was Aegon Targaryen. So that's his favorite story. So again, you see something very close to like House of the Dragon, that story will be a prequel. It may be in between House of the Dragon and this. I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. It may even be before House of Dragon. I don't know.
I think it is.
Where exactly. I can't remember where it plays on the timeline.
Yeah, please let us know in the comments where that does play in the content. But I'm pretty certain it is a prequel It's before House of the Dragon. I'm almost 90% certain on that.
I don't know. I think it's after House of the Dragon.
Is it? Okay. All right.
Because I only say that because I think one of the rumors was that Duncan the Tall, because he was so tall and he was in love with another woman who was super tall, or tall for a woman.
Oh, is this? Oh, hold on. Spoilers. We'll bring it up in spoiler chat.
Well, that the rumor, the theory is that they birthed, or somewhere in their ancestry, they birthed another very tall child, and it's noticeable. So
okay, I like that. I like the way you navigated that. Yeah. So that's actually a good place to kind of like segue into spoiler chat. Just want to make sure you at least get a couple of minutes. We are talking huge spoilers, big gigantic spoilers. If this is your first time watching this and you don't want that, this is your opportunity to kind of like turn away, or you can fast forward to the end of the video. All right, so spoiler talk. It's funny. I thought I was gonna have a bunch of notes regarding spoilers. I just think the only other thing I think was kind of interesting is just seeing the relationship with Littlefinger and Varys. You're already starting to see a lot of the conniving going on, a lot of the stuff going on behind the scenes, and how the small council doesn't seem like it's a big deal right now because we don't really know the power. We don't. Of the Grand Maester, of Littlefinger, and everybody else. And I thought I saw one of the Baratheon boys, and I forgot he was even a part of the small council because he's probably gonna get eliminated.
Renly.
Yeah, Renly.
He is the king's brother.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, man. Like Littlefinger started from the word go. I know how all of this is gonna go down. Is there anything? I don't really have like super spoilery stuff other than just knowing that you can't really trust Varys and you can't really trust Littlefinger at all. Anything else kind of like step up to you real quick?
To be honest though, if you see how everybody has moved, you can't trust nobody.
Yeah.
Like, outside of Ned and Robert Baratheon having a long-term friendship, and it seemed like it's not that it was strained, but they just moved different. Ned went back to Winterfell and was the Lord of the North, and Robert became the king, and so they ain't talked to each other in like 9 years, I think it was. You know what I'm saying? They're just doing different stuff or whatever. But outside that, everybody else, like, damn near all the Lannisters, and if we're to believe the scene with Varys and Littlefinger, they, threw a lot of aspersions on Tyrion too. That the dagger that tried to kill Bran originally belonged to Littlefinger, but he said he lost it to Tyrion. So Tyrion tried to take out Bran Stark.
At least that's how they're trying to make it sound like.
It don't make a whole lot of sense. But then if you look at the context of the queen, she said, "If you ain't us, you an enemy." So Tyrion is a Lannister. At the end of the day, he's a Lannister. If you look at some other stuff that they were saying was like, that Catelyn, she got a raven or whatever that said from her sister that said that she is for sure the Lannisters were behind the killing of her husband, Sir Jon Arryn, who was the last hand of the king. So she didn't specify. She said the Lannisters.
Yeah.
So that's all of them.
All of them. The whole batch is bad.
Yeah.
You know what else is great too? A bit of a spoilery thing too that I thought was funny. Is when we saw Khaleesi's brother get choked out by that whip, and I'd be like, I can't wait for his golden crown. I can't wait.
Wonderful.
Because that dude is trash, man, all the way around, and he earned his golden crown.
The thing about HBO, Max, HBO, one of the things that I liked about their particular shows is even though this came from a set of books, The Wire came from a set of books, Oz came from books, they all had actors who did so well, portray their characters so well, that damn it, you hated them people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I understand it's a show, it's a TV, it's made up, but there's some people that did so well on this show that it might be on site. If I see you in real life, I might beat your ass. Like, dude. I said, and the only other person outside of these HBO shows, and hey, Game of Thrones was special because it had several people on here. It had many people on here that I might whoop on site. It's the only show I can remember. Most other shows had like one. I was like, I can't stand their ass. This show had a bunch of them that I on site. The only other one, like more newer show that I can remember, somebody I really could not stand is the OG Power, Tariq St. Patrick. I'd have whooped his ass on site. I felt like Chico Bean. I'd have whooped him. Now, when he got his own show, I started to like him. He got older, he, you know, pulled his head out of his ass. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I can fool with that little boy now. Yeah. But on the original show,
Sherelle said, I don't have a lot. Sherelle said, I have a lot I don't like about Lady Stark, mainly her treatment of Jon Snow and how later she tried to press family on him, even though she never thought of him as family. But she put Littlefinger in his place and honored her husband in the same breath. She seems to go downhill from here, though, and her death was tragic. Yeah, it's a kind. You know what, Sherelle? I kind of feel you on that because of the way she treated Jon. But then again, you know, you got your husband. All she thinks is that is her husband's bastard. And of course, you know, big super duper spoiler. That's not the case. Doesn't have anything. It's Ned's sister's son that he housed. But you know, you're talking about. She believes that her husband is one of the most honorable lands in all of Westeros, much less just the North. I mean, this is a man who is steeped in honor, but that also goes to show you the depths of how ride or die Jon is. He was like, I'm not going to sit there and let my nephew die. I'll just claim him as my own. That's how much of an honorable, he's so honorable, he would sacrifice his honor in order to kind of like do the right thing. So I can kind of forgive Lady Stark a little bit because it's the only thing that's ever slighted her husband. And he's walking around just around the kingdom in his drawers, like, I'm the thing that disrespects your husband's honor. I can see why she felt some kind of way about that.
Here's the thing that always perplexed me about that, right? And I don't know if it's just political. He knows his wife. He loves his wife. Like, why did he never tell her?
Because
you know,
he's
like,
the rightful
I know
heir.
that was his sister's. True. However, I mean, did he think that she can't hold water? You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, just so she gets some act right around home, he bared all that ill will and had everybody, including his wife, think that he done went away out here fighting with Robert for a year and comes back with, you know, the bastard. You know, the way they put that accent on it, I just, you know, I don't know if he just knew her tongue would mess around and slip and he couldn't take that chance. I don't know. But
I think he didn't want her to be shamed either.
He should have.
Shame. Because, you know,
yeah, but
he
did shame her though. I mean,
his sister was sneaky linking, messing around, smashing the Targaryen prince, and you know, it's and then you got to think about his best friend. Is like, yo, you over here starting wars over this woman.
Yeah, I mean, but we're in spoilers, so I mean, was she sneaky linking? Right? You know
well, that was her first love, right? From my understanding, right? She like legitimately loved the Targaryen dude, and Robert was just like, he just had a crush.
Yeah, but she was she was betrothed to, you know, just like right now, you know, that Sansa is supposed to marry Joffrey.
Right.
That's how it was. She was betrothed to him, but yeah, she loved the Targaryen dude and then married him.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So
I think it was assumed that the Targaryen prince graped her. So at least that's how Robert Baratheon saw it. I think I might be wrong on that, but I thought that's why Robert was so mad.
That's how he put it out there,
right?
Because no one had a chance to explain what the hell happened. As a matter of fact, by the time they found Lyanna in the tower, and Ned and his peoples went and fought, that cold ass dude with the 2 swords.
Yeah.
Rhaegar Targaryen, her husband, was already dead. He had been killed. So no one got a chance to explain. Okay. And the thing is, Robert, now, and you're talking about too, at this point, the Mad King or whatever is dead. So there's a power vacuum. They're fighting for the throne. Robert's like, I can consolidate all this because I'm supposed to marry, a Stark girl or whatever. She gonna roll off with this Targaryen dude. There's no way she just left me for that dude. His dad is the Mad King. Like, no way he must have kidnapped her.
Yeah.
He must have did that other thing to her. You know what I'm saying? Must be that. Because there's no way. She know how I feel about her.
Right.
Like,
I think you're more right than me. I think my history might be a little hazy. Of course, obviously.
And then no one explained it.
Yeah.
No one explained it. No one knew that she was pregnant. Yeah.
Well, I guess
no one said nothing. And Ned been holding that water all this time.
Well, and I think that's why he didn't tell his wife. If we're coming back full circle to the crux of the question, I think that's why he didn't tell Caitlyn, because he's like, it's just messy, and all of it can die with me, and I'd sooner deny this child its rightful place in history than to bring up all of this ugliness, because you just got done fighting an entire war and all this other stuff. He tired. He want to go back home. He like, fine, I'll just take the babe and we just kind of be done with it.
I mean, I get it, and you know what I'm saying, that everything is political and everybody be talking, and especially, you know what I'm saying, between Varys and them, they got little birds every damn where to know everything and tell every damn thing. So I understand that, you couldn't take the chance that she mess up and say who this boy really is. It's going to be a whole problem.
Yeah,
I get it. But I still think at the end of the day, and this is just me, and I don't know how you would act, I think I'd have messed around. If I'm locked in with my wife like that, like if we, you know what I'm saying, if that's some shit she gonna bring up later in an argument because she's mad or something, I ain't doing that shit.
That ain't really your bastard.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you about to get us all killed. What is wrong with you?
The whole kingdom's about to burn. What you doing?
Yeah. They about to get, because we harboring it, and we harboring this child, and we knew it. You about to get us all killed. You know what I'm saying? You way past. I'm sorry. I ain't mean it. No, get the hell on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, if she's that kind of woman, then I understand why you don't tell her. And maybe she is. Maybe people's emotions. Maybe he knew better. But I just think that, if that's your one, you know what I'm saying, that
I hear you.
For peace in the house, at least. I mean, he probably put up with a whole lot of years of some bullshit.
Right?
Like, I ain't even. You're like, yeah. And the whole time he's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here sleeping on the couch. This bullshit. I ain't even do nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't even do nothing.
Because it had to be ugly too the first couple of years. Every time he walked by, she'd be like, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
For like
look, John is over her. John is over her crying, and she's like, somebody get that little bastard. You know what I'm saying? Like, she probably the one that started putting that hard.
The hard
she probably the one started that.
The hard D.
That
bastard.
Yeah. Catelyn is your baby crying? That ain't my baby, little bastard.
Oh,
that's Ned's busted.
Megan said Ned and Kat weren't in love when they married, though, right? It was arranged, but they grew to care for each other.
No, they weren't.
But it's not like they chose each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's duty. You got to do your duty. Who knows kind of things. But still,
yeah, because it seems like
since the whole kingdom knows it's the bastard, right? It's not like it's a couple folks know. It's like everybody know. Like even Tyrion knew. He's like, you're the bastard. Huh? We've heard about you even down south.
here's the other thing that's crazy too. Like if you look at all these arranged marriages and all this other stuff, everybody that chose each other, it don't end well. Rhaegar and Lyanna chose each other, didn't end well. Rob and his chick that instead of marrying the phrase that didn't end well. And then if you really think about it, hell, Jaime and Cersei.
It's just horrible.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's one of those things that, like, hell, we learn about it all the time in history class and social studies. The Romans did it, the Greeks did it, the Egyptians did it, how they did it in ancient China, and so they've done this, especially protecting royalty. They did it in some cases in England. That they've done this all throughout history to protect the bloodline, and especially in those cases to keep the bloodline royal. So still nasty.
Yeah, I mean, but that's also why you see a lot of kingdoms fall into madness, because all that incest, man. You you can only dip your toe in that shallow gene pool so often before there's no water left. It's just
why my baby got an extra eye on his forehead?
I think that's a good place to kind of like stick it forward, because we actually kind of dragged this bad boy out, but that's some of the perks. Yeah.
You see what Silverhorse said in the comments?
What is that?
Silverhorse said the true lesson of Game of Thrones: don't get married. Shit's whack.
Don't do it.
Please don't do it.
Oh,
listen, speaking as one of them, you know what I'm saying? I believe in love. I do believe in love. However, having been married twice, and absolutely to the wrong person 2 times in a row, shit's whack, dog. Shit's whack.
I thought you was about to hit us with something else, but you're like, nah. It's we gonna close out on that.
Nah. That's one of the reasons I'm broke now. Shit, living in a hovel. I'm in a hut. Please, sir, may I have another? No, shit's whack, son.
Look. You see Rekkai, and you see this dude is on one. That final moment should give you reason enough to sprint over to his YouTube page. Support his Patreon and get a deeper understanding of why I love this brother. Yeah. This dude is a trip. Rekkai, tell the people how they in contact with you.
Man, yeah, especially, yes. I most of the time I get on here and I publicize my YouTube page. No, he's right. Go to my Patreon. Shit. I'm broke. I need a tank of gas or something. Shit. I need a Happy Meal. Go to my Patreon. But whether it's Patreon or whether it's YouTube.com, hit me up at Newt from the Ville, NUPEFROMDAVILLE. You have seen me cover Doctor Who. You've seen me cover Sherlock. And I will be covering Game of Thrones. I'm just a little bit behind right now. But I'm going to get caught up quickly. So it's got to be about this. Mm-hmm. It's got to be about this right here. Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef. And thank you all so much for spending time with us. As you can see, like, these Thrones are coming out like Mondays and Fridays. We haven't decided if we're going to do Wednesdays. So you're either going to see this on Friday or you may see it on Monday. But regardless, we're happy to have you, and we will catch you on the next episode. All right, y'all. Take care.